warm welcome to all of you to Life Uncoded. I'm making this blog to unveil the tragic death mystery of the star Sushant Singh Rajput, which has shaken all of us very deeply. Please feel free to pen down your opinion in the comment section below as much as you can. And if you like this video, please share and subscribe to this channel. And do not forget to tap on the bell icon to get all the live updates on this video. This video will slightly be longer due to the unavoidable facts that needs to be shared with you in order to get the complete story behind the tragic mystery of the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. So I humbly request you not to skip this video but to watch it till the end. So let's begin. Sushant Singh Rajput was born in Patna and he did his schooling from Patna initially and later from Delhi. Later, he joined Delhi College of Engineering and gradually, due to his interest which shifted to theatre and dance, he joined Shamak Davar's dance classes and later he also joined Barry John's drama classes. He was first cast in Kis Desh Mein Hai Mera Dil of Balaji Telefilms and later in June 2009, he was cast opposite Ankita Lokhande in Pavitra Rishta by Miss Ekta Kapoor. His one of the most famous work include his first ever film, Kai Poche, and his other films also include Rajkumar Hirani's PK, Detective Bamkesh Bakshi, Rabta, Kedarnath, Son Chiriya, MS Dhoni The Untold Story, and last year his last film was Drive opposite Jacqueline Fernandez. And his last film, which is still awaiting release, is Mukesh Chhabra's Dil Bechara. So now, let's get into the story behind the tragic death mystery of Sushant Singh Rajput. This case has been very well portrayed as a suicide due to depression, as is evident from most of the informations available from all the social media platforms and the news platforms. It is stated that he was suffering from depression from a long time due to nepotism and the intentional conspiracy of the quote-unquote Bollywood mafias or Bollywood gangs. He was intentionally forced to lose 6 films out of the 7 films that he had signed in the preceding year. In spite of being highly talented and highly acclaimed by his audience, he was socially isolated and sidelined by most of the mainstream Bollywood stars. It has also furthermore stated that he was undergoing medication for his acute depression and that he had also stopped his medication since last few days before his death. Mr. Mukesh Bhatt had once in a social media platform which you also must have watched had shared that according to his opinion, Mr. Sushant Singh Rajput was going the Parveen Babi way. Surprisingly, his death was as if anticipated. Now, let's check some of the videos that are available on the social media. Now let's see why there are sufficient grounds to consider it as an alleged murder and not just a mere suicide due to depression. Firstly, as per the Indian Penal Code, also known as IPC, we all know that there must be a mens rea and an actus reus to any crime committed. What is a mens rea? I would just say in a few words to explain it better to all of you. Mens rea is the guilty mind behind a crime committed and actus reus is the criminal act or the guilty act of the actual crime committed. As far as the mens rea is concerned in this case, we may clearly find that SSR was in a live-in relationship with his alleged girlfriend Miss Riya Chakrabarti and the latter was also extremely close to Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, for which Mr. Mahesh Bhatt was also being trolled very badly in the social media. Now let's check this video once.
Blame the world for seeing the world as they are. I'm only responsible for what I am and what my relationship with this child is. If somebody
and his alleged girlfriend, Miss Riya Chakraborty, were undergoing relationship crisis. And surprisingly, just few days before his tragic death, Miss Chakraborty left SSR's home and started to stay separately, which appears extremely fishy and suspicious, at least to me. Secondly, the night before the tragic incident, SSR's friends were at his home and the neighbors even heard them hooting at night, which is not a sign of depression at all, my friends. A depressed person cannot party or have fun throughout the night with his friends and then commit suicide the next fine morning. Thirdly, when a person hangs himself to death, the ligature mark comes above the thyroid cartilage and sometimes over it, giving it an upward impression and also has a slightly V shape, which in the case of SSR, which you must have seen in the viral photo of SSR's lifeless body, which I'm sorry I couldn't share due to the restrictions of Maharashtra police. You must have seen that the mark was too circular rather than it being a V shape and also clearly below the thyroid cartilage. This is a clear indication of someone strangulating the victim from behind to choke him off completely without putting his body weight on the victim. Fourthly, the post-mortem report clearly says that SSR's death was due to asphyxia. Now, what is asphyxia? Asphyxia is a condition arising when the body is deprived of oxygen, causing unconsciousness or even lead to death due to suffocation. But in most cases, death by hanging is caused by brain ischemia, which develops because of compression on the airways and blood vessels of the neck, or reflex cardiac arrest, or breaking or fracture of the hyoid bone or thyroid cartilage, or seldom it can occur due to mechanical asphyxia. Fifthly, if the death due to hanging resulting into asphyxia, how come his eyes did not pop out and his tongues were also completely normal even after death? Sixthly, the noose through which he allegedly hung himself had marks of his thumb, index finger and middle finger of his left hand. Shockingly enough, SSR was not a lefty. So this clearly shows that he was trying to release himself from the strangulation by his left hand, as it was his last resort, because most probably his right hand was held back tightly by someone else and he was unable to move his right hand. Seventhly, where is the viscera test report and what does it say about the cause of death? Why is nothing mentioned in the social media or any of the news channel regarding the viscera test report? Eighthly, his hands were almost at 90-degree position with his legs, as is visible from the viral picture of SSR's lifeless body, which is impossible if he has died due to hanging, because his hands will automatically droop down towards the ground after his death. As we all have the basic knowledge about the law of gravity, his hands cannot remain at 90-degree position from his body. Ninthly, it was absolutely intentional to call the lock breaker to open the door of SSR's room, so that the lock breaker becomes the first outsider to witness the hanging body of SSR. Tenthly, where are the duplicate keys of the SSR's home? Why are they lost? Why are no investigation and no information available on the duplicate keys? Have they got it? Have they found it? We have no information on it. 11thly, SSR supposedly started his day on 14th of June 2020 at 6:40 am approximately. Obviously, we don't have the exact timings. And after that, he was almost for 2 hours outside his home for his daily morning schedule. Now, this clearly indicates that he was in a good mood to start off a day, because a person who will supposedly commit suicide after 2 or 3 hours will never get up and go and resume his normal morning routine. It's still suspicious as to what had happened during these hours in the morning. when he was not at home? It might be the scenario that the alleged murderers entered into his home during his absence using the duplicate keys and were hiding inside and awaiting SSR's return. 12th, why were the CCTV cameras of SSR's building shut down since the last night? And who did so? Due to the absence of the CCTV footage, no perfect information can be derived as to who all entered and went out from his home during these crucial hours. 13. No suicide note was ever found in the case of SSR, nor any certain circumstantial evidence is available which proves it to be a prima facie case of suicide. Then how is it possible for anyone or even the media to directly say that it is a suicide due to depression, and that too due to nepotism, even before the investigation has been completed or the post-mortem report has arrived? 14th, SSR's servant has stated that at 9:30 a.m. he returned home, took his glass of juice, entered inside his room and locked the door of his room from inside. Thereafter, at 11:30 a.m. the servant knocked his door to ask what to prepare for lunch, to which SSR did not reply. Thereafter, again at 12 o'clock, the servant knocked the door, but once again SSR did not reply. My question is, where is this glass which SSR took inside? Has it been examined properly? Where is the information? 15th, on 14 June 2020, 2 p.m. onwards, if you all have noticed, all the news channels started to focus on nepotism in Bollywood and depression leading to suicide these days. I strongly think and believe that this was a completely pre-planned and paid-off agenda in order to shift the attention of us, the viewers, from the original tragic murder mystery of Sushant Singh Rajput to nepotism and depression and mental health issues. Conclusively, I strongly believe that nepotism is absolutely existing and there in each and every industry, not only in Bollywood, but for a brilliant, talented and high-spirited person like Mr. Sushant Singh Rajput, who has struggled for so many years to achieve this position, from a background dancer to the Best Actor Award winner at Indian Film Festival of Melbourne, to the person owning one of the costliest telescopes just to fulfill and achieve his dream of seeing the Saturn rings through his telescope, to the first Indian to own a piece of land on the moon, can commit suicide due to depression, and that too due to nepotism. I'm really sorry for being unable to accept this alleged murder as a simple case of suicide due to depression. From the information derived from the social media platforms and other news platforms, I'm absolutely sure that if proper investigations are done, the original truth behind the tragic death mystery of our beloved Sushant Singh Rajput shall come before us. I strongly demand CBI investigation for this case, as this is an extremely high profile matter. Do you think so? Please write in the comment section below regarding what you think about this case, and I will be expecting all your comments in the comment section. Now, being a lawyer, I promise to write a petition to the Honorable Chief Justice of India, the Honorable Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, the Honorable Chief Justice of Patna High Court, and also to the Prime Minister of India in order to demand CBI investigation in this case, so that justice is delivered to our beloved on-screen Dhoni, Mr. Sushant Singh Rajput. Kindly drop in your comments in the comment section below, and I promise to annex the screenshots of your comments along with the petition that I shall submit. Now, most importantly, please remember, this is not a paid video. This is just made in the interest of justice and in the interest of well-being for the family members of Sushant Singh Rajput. who are suffering miserably due to this tragic death. Rest in peace, sir. And please remember, we all love you and we will always love you as we always did before. See you all in the next video, guys. Till then, please share and subscribe as much as you can.